And then, so the final one, how do you avoid repeating the mistakes in your next relationship? So you obviously talked about how you need to complete and you need to also make sure that you learn. Otherwise, you're just going to take everything into the next relationship. How do you kind of consciously do that? How do you ensure that you're not just making the same mistakes over and over and over again?
You need to be willing to see the relationship as a gift for your own growth. And that will give you the power to learn the lessons you don't normally want to learn. For example, I was always holding the principle of nonviolence very high. So when my partner was starting to struggle and fight with me, I retreated into my shell. I pretended that I don't need to fight. That made my partner even more furious, and they started to more fight. And I retreated more, and it was a mess. It was never a resolution. That was a pattern that was true in all of my relationships until the last one. It started out again, the same pattern in the last relationship I had. And then, because my ex-partner was from Russia, and then she was brave enough and conscious enough to say to me, hey, I want you to fight. I was like, seriously? She said yes, and she said it with an energy that didn't bring my guard up. So I knew something is here available for me. So I took all my courage and dropped my concept and started to fight. Started to react, started to go into fight, not physical, of course not. Yeah, that would not be part of what I'm willing to do. No, so, and she said, oh, that's fun, that's good. And I strangely felt a sense of completion that was very different from me not fighting and feeling terribly incomplete in the past. So then I learned to constructively and consciously engage in the fighting, which probably cannot be called fighting anymore, because it wasn't about winning, it was about playing. Yeah, it was about engaging and playing. And guess what? The partner I'm with today has zero fighting energy. It has disappeared from the universe. And every lesson one learns will be complete. Life is not giving you the next partner with the same characteristics if you have learned your lesson. There will be new things. And therefore, it's so important that we take relationship challenges as an opportunity for learning and growing, and that only can be in combination with when one is on the journey of self-realization. Because only then you can look at principles from different perspectives, that you relate it to yourself. You can take a look what shadow is being displayed out there in my partner's behavior. Shadow is a term from Carl Gustav Jung, and it simply means these are all the aspects I don't want to admit I have in myself or I dislike about myself. So if my partner is displaying those aspects, then I am going into reaction because I can't own it in myself. And then I'm starting to fight with my partner. So if I suddenly become aware of the shadow principle, as we teach in the Shadow and Light retreat, then I go back into my relationship, and then the behavior of my partner shows up totally differently. Then I take a look at, oh, that's displaying a part in me that I have not yet been able to own or willing to admit that I am also arrogant, I am also stupid, I am also greedy, or whatever it is that annoys me about my partner. Then I can start the learning. And if I complete the principle of arrogance so that I can admit that a part of me is also arrogant, a part of me is also greedy, or whatever there is on the negative side, if I really embrace it integrated, I will not go into reaction anymore if it's displayed in another, in my personal relationship or in my boss, or it doesn't matter who it is. It all starts with mom and dad. We know that. No, it will disappear. That energy is complete. So ultimately, if I have integrated all those aspects that triggers me, then I become a person that is truly whole. And in that, there is peace. And in that, there is fulfillment. And I have arrived home. So for me, relationships are a way towards personal enlightenment and wholeness.
That's beautiful.